Hello, guys. This is Shar. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Now, this is a quick overview of last night's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, I'm not going to talk about every single scene, just the ones that really made a statement to me. So I'm not going to start off. Well, you know what? I will start off at the gym with Ken and his partner, and how the last little thing between Ken and Trisha jumped off. She apparently was there at the gym as well and ended up leaving. And when she walked across Ken to leave, she didn't say bye or anything. She just left. And and we heard him in the back like, I know you're not leaving without giving me no damn kiss. And yes, she did, because Trisha is troubled. She really is troubled. And I guess it's from the deaths that she's had. She had them kind of close together, back to back. So she's dealing with a lot, obviously, I guess. You know what I mean? And she should really, 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 really get some help. We saw at the very end of the episode that she went to talk to what's his name, doctor? I can't think of his name, but the resident doctor for Love and Marriage Huntsville, or for Huntsville in general in real life. You know what I mean? So she went to talk to him. Hopefully she will continue on with therapy for real, because she definitely needs it. If she felt like just leaving the gym without saying bye to her man that's coming home, you know what I mean? Eventually he'll be home, but I'm just saying, why wouldn't you say bye? That's just so simple and just so courteous. You know what I mean? So yeah, and she didn't understand why that bothered him so much. Because it was just something so simple, and just as simple as it is the reason why he couldn't understand why you wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? And she didn't get that. So anyway, I guess they took the argument home when he got there and started talking about it. And he was like, you know what? Give me my stuff. I'm gone. I'm out of here, or whatever. And her son ended up throwing the keys down, because once again, he's there, he's in the house, he listens. And for Ken to say a few episodes back that these kids are not traumatized, he's an idiot. He was an idiot for saying it in the first place, especially if you haven't talked to her kids and actually asked them where were they at with what was going on and what they see is going on with their mama and you and their dad. So by him throwing down the keys, it's like, yeah, go. Because y'all don't do nothing but argue anyway. You know what I mean? But in his own way of thinking, or own way of processing it. By him throwing down them keys, like, look, he bought me this car. Go ahead. So she talking about, oh, she felt the way when her son did that, and that made her mad even more. No, it's just that he see and hear y'all arguing all the time. So yeah, go. Take your stuff, take your shit and go, But instead of realizing like I've been communicating wrong, I've been allowing my kids to kind of be in the mix and hear this and that, it's on me. She talking about that made her madder when he felt away. It's like, girl, yes, she needs to talk to somebody. But Ken is now starting to see what everybody has pretty much been telling him from pretty much day one, and he's starting to get fed up with it. Now, I don't know. I think they are still together. I don't know. If you guys drop down in the comments if you know if they are, because I don't really follow neither one of them. I think I was, but I since stopped following them. But they may still be together. I don't know. But the bottom line, the takeaway for me is that hopefully Trisha ass will get some damn help, because she needs it. For real. And then too, recently I just heard on the internet streets that Marquez and Ken and them is arguing again. It's like tiring. He tried to petition to get custody of the kids, or part custody of the kids, and he don't have a job, a car, or nothing. So yeah, Marquez, if nothing else, you need to get a job, dude. You a grown ass man. And it is crazy for you to be doing all this stuff and you ain't got no money coming in. What? Anyway, moving on. So now we go to the nail shop with Marsue and his daughter, which was a cute moment. We don't see him with his kids very often. We already know that he hardly ever went to go pick up the kids from school. We knew that he didn't know his son had a peanut allergy, which you about to kill him by giving him and peanut butter, which is major. You don't know shit about your kids. That's crazy. So the fact that he is trying to do something, I guess, at the final hour, he still got, what is that, Mila and Macy. They're not in high school yet. I think the oldest one is in, junior high, I guess, or grade school, 8th grade, 7th grade, whatever. So, and then he's trying to spend the last few minutes with his son before he went off to college. Okay, great. But so jumping right in, they had a little truth or dare game because he trying to see where she at, find out what's going on without actually asking her. If you hugged your partner, take a drink. And she took a drink. If you've kissed your partner, take a drink. She didn't take a drink. So, he's just trying to do what parents do, try to find out what's what or whatever. And then they talk about her mom. I forgot how her mom came up. I think he asked her who was the special person or who you look up to or something like that. Anyway, she said her mom. And he was like, why? Or why'd you pick her or whatever he said. And she said, because I see my mom working hard. She's always there for us. She's always there. She's always home. She didn't say all this part, but she basically she the one picking us up from school every day. She's taking us to school. She's making us breakfast. When we get home from school, she's making us dinner or lunch and then dinner. And, she's doing all this stuff. She takes us to the mall. She takes us to the doctor. Because Marsue don't do none of that shit. None of that shit. And if he do it, then Trisha lying. And she's lied on this show. Because she is the one that said he don't do none of that shit. He don't take him to the doctor. He don't pick him up. He don't take him to school. He don't fix breakfast. He don't fix. He tried to do it that one little day, like I said, and almost killed his son with the peanut allergy, with the peanut butter. So she see her mama doing all this stuff like she is a straight up single mother and got his big burly ass right there and he don't do shit. That's crazy. We remember back in season 1 or 2 where he stated, going to pick up the kids and waiting in that line to pick up the kids was related to going somewhere to die or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. Y'all remember that? So, and then he went on to praise her yeah, I agree. Your mama is there for you guys and she does do a lot, yada, yada, yada. And so, yeah. And then he went on to say, skipped over all of that, I guess, or they cut it out. And then he went on to say, if she ever needs help or, even doing something bad or wrong, still call us. I'm here for you no matter what. I may be mad, but I still love you. You'll be safe. You'll be protected, So that was a good message to a young girl, that no matter what, you can always call home. You can always call your dad. So that was good. I have no problems with that. So, yeah, I think it was a good scene. We need to see him with his kids more because, according to this show and what Trisha has said, you wasn't around that much day to day, all day long. You know what I mean? He was always out and about. That's what it's giving to me. So after that, I think it was the scene with, I'm skipping the scene with Fletcher and Marsue. He went over to the hot property that Martell has. He's moving Arionne, which I'm not going to stay here long because who cares? You about to move Arionne and her kids into your house. Okay, so you a fool because you're not going to be getting rent. You need money. You're not going to be getting rent. But because she don't work, she can't rent or, an apartment or a house on her own. So he got to foot the bill. And that's probably pretty much the reason why he's letting her stay there because she don't have no money to get her own place. So, he don't want her out in the street. So he got to move her in. That's basically it. It's not because I just want her there and da-da-da. No, because you don't want her out in the street. And right now she would be out on the street, I guess, or move her family in with her mama and them, which her mama don't even live in Huntsville. I think her mama lives back in Ohio. And you want her to stay in Huntsville. Great. He also admitted on the show that Arionne is his woman. Great. Nobody gives two fucks at this point. Melanie sure don't. And neither does the viewers. If that's what you want, so be it. You know what I'm saying? So be it. She's ride or die for you. And like his mother said, what was that, an episode ago back? She did so much to get your ass. I hope she, will know how to keep you or whatever. So that is what it is. Nobody really cares besides Arionne. Nobody really cares. So we're going to fast forward to Marsue and Marsue and Martell at the cigar bar. Gaslighting at its finest. And, I can honestly say it's what Martell gets. It's just what Martell gets. First of all, you are not a master manipulator. You are a master manipulator of women and of your wife and of Arionne. But you're not a master manipulator of them Scots. I'm sorry. Not Maurice and definitely not Marsue. First of all, you can't even overtalk Marsue. Marsue overtalks him. You saw last week when they all sat around at the when they left out of that restaurant, when they went outside, Marsue was continuously talking over Martell. He cannot keep up. Okay. And then when they sat down together at the cigar bar, gaslighting at its finest, and that is what Marsue is good at. He pretty much made it seem like everything that Martell was saying was made up, in terms of, the cheating allegations and all this and that. The fact that you brought the woman, that was a whole lie. Mind you, we don't know what was true or not that she said, because she really didn't produce any receipts. And if they were in a court of law, they would have lost because it was no proof. All she did was say that she was at, credit one with the both of them. You know what I'm saying? No proof. You need proof. You know what I mean? But she didn't say she didn't have any proof. I don't think anybody asked her that. But if you was going to come with it, you should have came with the proof. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, Marsue and them is pretty much popping it. Well, not really Maurice, but this is why Marsue is popping his collar to it, because it's just words. And because he has his wife so... I hate to say trained, trained to think that all these allegations have no truth to them, even though she's not doing her due diligence to try to find out what's true and what's not. And if she don't want to and ain't ready to, so be it. We've already had this talk too. She wants God to put it in her lap. And this is a way that God is trying to put it in your lap by allowing you to hear different allegations and different little scenarios time after time after time. If you keep hearing this shit time after time after time, that means if there's smoke, there's fire. That means all of them ain't gonna be just rumors or innuendo, Tisha. Some of them are going to be true. But she ain't ready to find out. Just like Mel said in season 2, you're not ready for it. And she's still not. She's still waiting for a guy. I guess she's waiting to pull up somewhere and find Marsue in the bed with someone. I guess maybe that's what she waiting for. And it doesn't always happen like that. And maybe God don't think you can handle that. Maybe he's trying to give you the little seeds along the way, and she keeps kicking them out of the way instead of eating them up and really trying to find out what she needs to find out. And again, apparently she doesn't want to. So since she doesn't want to, she likes to believe, what her husband is telling her. It feels better. It doesn't hurt. So that's what she goes with. And like I said, because that woman didn't produce no receipts, didn't nothing happen. And so that's why Marsue is continuously smirking, because he didn't do anything. Martell didn't do anything with that little interview. And he basically gaslit Martell at the table and was like, you don't do nothing but lie. And, I can't really be friends with you because I don't know when, that person that constantly lies and takes shots at me and just lies on me for absolutely no reason. I don't know when he's going to come back. But what I do know is that person will come back and you will do this again. He was on that kid. And Martell was just looking like, oh my God. They did not come to a resolve because Marsue is a master manipulator, and he's not going to own up to anything. And the fact that Martell thought that Marsue was going to own up to anything was just naive on Martell's part. It really, really was. But again, no one has any sympathy for Martell. We just don't. It's what you get. You've met your match with Marsue. It is what it is. You cannot out think him on stuff like this. You just can't. And we know that Martell is a lot more emotional than Marsue. Meaning, when it all hits the fan for Martell, he tends to act on emotion. You know, he spazzes out. He gets to saying stuff and this and that and this and that. He loses his cool when he gets emotional. Marsue and them kind of don't. You know, they kind of stay in it and stay grounded and stay together. And they certainly don't start mouthing off things, you know, out of emotion. They just don't. And that's what I'm saying. They're good at that. Marsue and Maurice. They're good at that. And Martell will probably never master that because that's just not who he is as a person. He can't do it. And so that's why Marsue, in my opinion, is always going to have a hand up on him. You know what I'm saying? As it relates to that type of thing. So it was really no resolve. I mean, Martell probably thinks it was because they both basically were saying, I won't say nothing about you and you won't say nothing about me. We'll keep each other's name out of each other's mouth. We won't lie on each other anymore until Marsue feels like taking a shot or a jab at Martell at a later date, you know, on another episode. And he will. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time because, like he said, he likes effing with Martell. It's so easy. You know, he's already said that. So, yeah, I mean, it was absolutely no resolve there. But, you know, they call themselves leaving the table, not throwing shots at each other anymore going forward. And in one of the confessionals during this particular scene, Marsue said, oh, yeah, he did help me out. You know, he was a friend that reached out and helped me out. So what was that? Last week's episode when you was around the guys, you said you had 1,500 apartment buildings, a house, or this or that, you know, a safe deposit box with 100,000 in it. I mean, he had so much as to say I didn't need any help, you know. So now in the confessional, he's like, you know, he reached out and helped me when I needed it or whatever. So which one is it, Marsue? Marsue, which one is it? Did he help you out or did he not? Did you need the help or did you not? I mean, for day one, Love and Marriage, Huntsville viewers, that we all know that he needed the help because he worked at the movie theater for a reason, a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? If you got all this property and apartment, I can see if he said houses or this man said apartment building, 6 units, 10 units. If you had all of that, then rent out your apartments. So, yeah, it didn't add up. And it didn't add up because it was a lie. Anyway, moving on. I think Trisha and Destiny and Trisha's friend sits down at the table at a restaurant and they get to talking. You know, I guess obviously Destiny had not been around. She didn't go to the birthday party. She needed to be caught up. You know, they indicated that it was some issues going on with Trisha and Ken. And she was like, what issues? What's going on? What's going on? And so basically, Trisha starts off by, telling the girls the whole gym incident and how she left or tried to leave without saying bye. And Ken got mad about it. I guess brought the argument home. And so he left. Or he said it was over, but yet he's still staying there. I guess they're sleeping in different rooms or whatever the case may be. But there is an issue between them. So they basically was just trying to counsel her. She does not see the error in her ways. You know what I mean? She just doesn't. And that's because she needs therapy. She truly does. You know, it's clear. She does not see the wrongs in what she does. And, so, you know, they trying to, because they're on the outside looking in. So they trying to tell her this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, you got to start communicating better. Stop yelling and screaming. Sorry, my sinuses are messing up. Stop arguing with the man in front of the children all the time. What else? Destiny was trying to tell her, like, yeah, therapy helps. You need to, really sit down and figure out what you want to do. And if you really want Ken, they basically put it on the bottom line and say, do you want Ken? And she was like, yeah, but, and they was like, no buts, no buts. And she was like, yeah, but, so it's difficult to know if the woman really wants Ken and wants that relationship or not. It's really seeming like she just enjoys the fact that he takes care of her and her family. Like, he pays the bills and stuff like that. He bought her son a car. That's what she really loves. That's what she's really into. I don't think she really loves Ken. Because if you ask a woman that's really, really in love and loves her man, she gonna say it with no hesitation. I mean, even a woman that's being abused by a man, if she really in love with that man, she's going to say it. She might be crying because she knows he don't do nothing but hit her, but she's going to say it. I mean, she might follow it up and say, yeah, I love him a lot. We're not perfect. She'll make excuses, but she will still say without a shadow of a doubt, she loves that man. So why Trisha cannot honestly say she loves the man and put a period right there? To me, it seems like because she's not really in love with him, but she do enjoy the benefits of him being around, be it physically, sexually, you know what I'm saying, and paying them bills. You paying that mortgage or rent or whatever it is. So, yeah. Hopefully she'll listen to her friend and to Destiny or whatever. Like I said earlier, we do see her in the next episode going to see Dr. Francis. That's his name. We do see her going to see Dr. Francis. And hopefully, without the cameras rolling, she rolled back up to Dr. Francis' office weekly, for a hot minute. Maybe, a few months, maybe a year, whatever, however long it takes her to see, to make a breakthrough in whatever it is that she's going through. Because technically we don't know. We don't know the torment that she's going through by seeing two close family members die, in close proximity. I'm quite sure it's very taxing, So, yeah. In all honesty, hopefully she'll get the help she needs. Hopefully. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. I don't want this video to be too long. It's probably already 28 minutes. So it takes forever for these videos to upload when they're that long. So I'm going to stop it there. If I missed anything, sorry. But that's pretty much the episode, the scenes that stood out to me. You guys drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think about last night's episode. I do talk back. Thank you so much for returning, you guys. And until next time, ciao.